Hey Nick, this is David Leggett, and I wanted to give you a heads up on something else that we'll need fixed when we bring it in for the other stuff, and this is going to require some parts. I wanted to make sure you had the heads up and you could arrange for having whatever you need. Anyways, earlier today, the flush pedal looked like this. It was way up in the air like this. And looked a little bit loose, kind of like it is now. And when we attempted to push it in and down like that, it wouldn't flush, and it was very loose. So I looked in the center, of course, and there was a screw down in there. And I went to see if maybe I could just tighten the screw up a little bit. And it didn't do anything, and I heard a clunk inside, and then this whole thing came off like this. And as you can see, this part of the pedal itself is busted up pretty good. There were a whole bunch of little pieces of plastic sitting down here on the housing, in the bottom of the housing. I've got them some of them in a plastic bag, but there were just a bunch of little pieces of plastic, and you can see how badly this thing has just come apart. It's not a very good design engineering wise, but that's another story. And so anyways, this pedal is definitely had it, and unfortunately, I was hoping it would just be the pedal, but unfortunately, as you can see, that spot in the housing right down there is broken in a couple places. Might still work with a new pedal. Not really sure. I mean, the pedal can't go, pretty much stops when it hits the floor anyways. So, and that would be at the stopping point of the pedal. The top part of the channel looks okay. So the part where the spring engages looks all right. So I don't know. This housing may be usable again, but I'm not really sure. But the pedal, of course, has had it. In order to keep our vacation going, I did what I think most RVers wouldn't be able to do, but being an ex-mechanic, I just pulled out a screw down behind this valve, control valve here, water valve, and slid out that circuit board. And there are the two roller contact switches, and whatever fell off the back side of this inside, and I can kind of see it with a mirror, but it's down inside this housing, laying down on the ground. Some sort of a cam, that goes on the back of this, and that cam interacts with these contact switches. It's in there, but I don't know how you'll get it out. Honestly, I couldn't get my hand in there. So anyways, I just extended these two wires here to give me a little bit more slack, and I've mounted the control board on the wall temporarily with a couple screws. There's two contact switches. This one is the water fill, and then this one is the flush actuation switch. So we were able to continue our vacation just by manually touching the contact switches. But anyways, so I wanted to give you the heads up on that. It is a Dometic, looks like this. Of course, I have the housing cover off of this side, but that's it. And this is the model that does not have any control panel for the toilet on the wall. There's no override switch, nothing, which is also a terrible design. But in any event, that pedal has got to go, and if you want to show this to whoever's involved, I don't know if that spot would affect, those broken little chunks would affect how it would work with a new pedal. Don't know, not really sure. But in any event, everything else on the toilet seems to be working okay. All right, talk to you later.